So this is what we buy from CSR. It's a CSR1000 Tag development kit, and let's have a look at what we've got inside the box. So inside we have a BLE or Bluetooth 4 single mode USB dongle, because our laptop is not doesn't support Bluetooth 4 at the moment. We also have a programmer. This is a CSR host programmer, UART programmer, and then we have our tag board with a kind of micro USB. This box has already been opened once before. We have our USB cables, okay, 2 USB cables, and we have a couple of spare batteries. Actually, we've used this already, and this already has the battery already on board. Also on board we have a CD, probably with the SDK driver, USB driver software and so on there. But today what we're going to do is we're going to go onto the CSR support site and we're going to download all of the required tools to drive this tag board. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, we've already logged in with username and password, and the first thing we're going to do is go onto the home page, the CSR support home page, and here we've lots of information. We're actually using the CSR1000 micro energy Bluetooth tag SDK, EVK. So we're going to go onto the micro energy, the BLE micro energy part of the site, and the first thing we're going to do is download some PC and software tools. Okay, now one of the things we're also going to do, because we're using the tag, is we're going to download the profile demonstrator. Okay, so basically there's probably a couple of versions on here, but we're going to download the latest BLE profile generator, which is this. It's a zip file. We can click on that. Just gives you a bit more information. Okay. If we go back, it actually gives us the option to download directly from the microenergy part of the website. So if we click on that and we click save, okay, that's done. Okay, we're also going to download the relevant USB driver. Okay, so again we're going to download the latest. I'm not going to bother to open it up this time, I'm just going to download it straight away. Again, save that. Okay. And last but not least, we need to download the microenergy tools. Okay, so if we click down here, we're actually going to download the latest version of the tools, which is the SDK tools 1.4.30, and we just click on download there, and it's asking us to accept the license. So this tools package comes as part of your SDK, or when you buy the EV kit, it comes with the EV kit, the license. I'm going to proceed with the download. Okay, just click save there. Okay, so let's look at the downloads now. This one's still downloading. And while we'll do that, there's one other thing that we need to download, which is actually the software development kit, the SDK itself, which is actually somewhere different. So just scroll back up. We'll go back again. This takes us here, and this is the area to download the software development kit. There is actually some app notes that we can download with each of these as well, but we're going to download the latest SDK, which is version 1.4.3.85. Right, okay, so what we've done actually is we've moved those tools from our download area on the to our desktop. So we've actually ended up with 4 files. We've got the USB driver, zipped file. We've got the the microenergy profile demonstrator. That's also a zipped file, and we've got the microenergy tools SDK and the microenergy SDK itself, and these are exe files. Okay, so the first thing we should do probably is just extract these onto our desktop. So we'll extract all. Okay, it's already set up and it's going to extract everything onto our desktop. Okay, here we go. So we now have the USB driver. So in fact, what we can do here is delete that from the desktop. Yes, we don't need that anymore. Going to do the same with the profile demo. So extract all onto the desktop. Agreed. Okay. Right. So we've got that now, and we can in fact delete that from the desktop. Okay, we look in there, we have both profile demo. We can actually move that straight back onto the desktop. Okay, with this one we're actually using a version of Windows 64, so we can put that on there as well. Close that, and let's just move that there as well. Okay, so let's just delete that, just to keep the desktop nice and clear, and delete that. Okay, next thing we're going to do is we're going to install these exe files. Click yes, agree, I accept the agreement. Okay, and just run those. Yes, install. Okay, that's doing that. So let's leave that for a few minutes. Click next. We're finished with that. Okay. Now let's do the same with the SDK. Yes, accept. Click next. Into the C drive. And we're going to create a desktop icon. We don't need a quick launch icon. USB, SPI. Okay. Okay, so looks like the install was run on the SDK, so we just finished that now. And this is what we have here, the SDK. So I think we can actually delete this from the desktop now. Okay. And we should see in all programs microenergy SDK here, uninstall option. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to install this Bluetooth BLE microenergy USB dongle into the laptop, and it should try and find the relevant drivers. It will probably try and find the drivers using Windows Update, yeah, it says searching Windows Update, installing drivers. We don't want to get it from Windows Update. Okay. Installing driver software. It says it's ready to use. Okay, so let's have a look. So if we go into the device manager, what we need to do probably is, it's installed it as a generic Bluetooth radio. Okay, so what we need to do is actually update the driver software with the CSR USB drivers, which are on the desktop. Browse my computer. So if we browse, we can go onto the desktop. Okay, and we will see on Windows 64 here. Okay, let's click next, and it says now it's successfully updated your driver software with the CSR Blue Core Bluetooth USB driver. Okay, so hopefully now you'll see this here already installed. Fantastic. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we've started our profile microenergy tag profile demonstrator. This is an app which is provided as part of the SDK. If you buy the tag, EV kit. Okay, we've got our USB dongle already plugged into the side of the laptop. It's showing already actually, we've already actually paired with this device. So I'm going to switch this device off. No, tell a lie. This has been paired before. I do apologise. So the reason this is coming up is because it's already been paired in the past. It's actually saying we can click on this Discover Devices, and as you'll see, it's not finding anything. What we can do is, if we switch this device on, clicking that up like so, immediately you can see on our application on the laptop that it's detected the CSR security tag. Okay, so what we can do now is connect to this device. Okay, so it's very quick. As you can see, it's found the security tag. We've connected to the security tag, and what this application is indicating is a power level, and that basically equates to the distance from the USB dongle to the security tag board. Okay, so it's actually showing a figure of -42. Now the idea of this tag board is to indicate when the connection weakens or the distance increases, if you like, so the power that's being received from the tag board reduces. So we've got two alerts. There's an LED on the board which will light up when the distance goes beyond -75 dBm, and there's an audible alert that goes off when the distance from the tag board to the USB dongle increases to -90 dBm. At the moment it's fluctuating around 40, -40. So what we can do just to demonstrate this is we can, so we don't have to go, oh, I'm going the wrong way, so we don't have to go too far away from the dongle, just for the demonstration purposes. We can set this to -50. Okay, now when this USB tag, this tag board moves to -50, we should get some visible alerts. So I'm actually moving it closer to the camera, further away. At the moment, -54. So we should start to see, and there you see it. The small green LED starts to flash on the tag board, indicating that we've moved a certain distance away from from the screen, from the laptop. Okay, if I move it back closer, you'll see, hopefully, it might take a little time to move. The dBm has moved to -39, -40, so the LED has actually gone out. So if we now look at the high alert, and let's move that down to a figure, let's say 60. Oh, let's change it, sorry. Let's take that to 60. Okay, now if I move the board again further away, you should start to see the LED flash when it gets to -50. It'll take a little bit longer. Okay, the LED started flashing. A bit further still. Just getting to -60, and we should start now to get an audible alarm. Oh, we're just on the cusp here. There we go. You can probably hear that sound, and the LED's flashing at the same time. Okay. Okay, so we've already connected our programmer, our tag board, and what we're going to do now is make sure that we connect this to our laptop and ensure that the drivers are installed correctly. So USB into the USB port on the laptop. Okay, you can see immediately the lights are coming up showing that the UART's on and the power is on. Okay, now it's not asking us for any drivers, so perhaps we've connected this before and the drivers are already installed. So we'll just go into the device manager and just make sure that the correct drivers are installed. So sometimes we will see in here a Bluetooth device. Actually at the moment there is no Bluetooth device connected, so the USB, we've removed the USB dongle, so hopefully we should see something in here, and we do. Okay, so basically we see the USB SPI converter already installed correctly, so we don't have to do anything. One thing I would point out, if you do install the drivers, or the Windows installs their drivers automatically, what you can do is go into the Bluetooth device. It will probably show as a Bluetooth device. Right click on it, update drivers, and you can update drivers from the USB driver file that we downloaded earlier. Okay, good. Okay, so what we've done so far, we've connected the tag via the programmer into the USB port. We've ensured that the drivers are installed correctly. So what we're going to do now, basically, when you first receive one of these tags, there's probably no code. We need to flash the code onto the tag through the laptop. And what we're going to do, we're going to show you two examples of how to flash either the existing CSR tag code, or if you wanted to develop your own project from scratch, we can also show you how to do that. So the first thing we're going to do is we can go into all programs. We can see there we've got the Micro Energy SDK 1.4.3. We can either use that, or actually it's already here on the desktop, which we downloaded earlier. So if we double click on this, it will immediately open our SDK. Okay, so let's just show, for example, if you wanted to start a new project, we can click on Project, New, and we're going to start a minimal microenergy project. So we'll double click on that, and we can enter the name. So let's just call it CSR Tag Test. Okay, create project folder. We want to put it into the default application location, which is in the microenergy folder on the C drive. Okay, happy with that. Click OK, and here we go. And from here, you can view your C code, and you can start playing around and putting all that code, programming that code onto your tag board. Okay. Right, so what we've done so far is we've showed how you can start your own project, but what we're going to do today is we're going to flash an existing demo code to the device from the SDK. So what we do here is we will go project, and instead of putting new, we'll click on open workspace. Okay, you can see already this is the tag test that we just created. But if we go back into apps, you can see that as part of the SDK, CSR provide quite a few different examples. Okay, so one of these examples here, if we look, is the security tag, so we're going to use that. So let's double click on that. Okay, and let's go build active project. Okay, it says build finished. If we want, we can go into the C files. Okay, and we can start messing around editing the code, so we can actually have full access to the CSR application code, and we can go in there, we can go into the various areas of the code, and we can amend it or change it or whatever you want to do basically with your project. So instead of developing a completely new application, you can start with one of the example applications from CSR and develop your own code. Okay. Right, so the final part of the jigsaw, basically we've when we get this for the first time, the tag board, it's not going to have any code on there. So we've used this device before, so it's already been flashed with some code, but just to show briefly how it's done, we've already built our new project, so we've written our C code, or we've taken the existing application or example application from CSR, we've amended it, or we've done nothing with it, depending on what you want to do. And what we need to do now is just basically flash this, flash that code onto our module. So very straightforward. As you can see, the build's been finished. All we do is go into debug, run. Okay, takes a short while. Feels successful. So we can now, download successful. So we can now basically disconnect this and basically test it in the real application. Okay, thank you very much.